Hey guys, so an update on my pool plans, but before we talk about new characters, let us go through my previous pool plan and what happened. Did I get them or did I not? So basically, initially I planned to skip Tuesday, Argus, and Willow and get P0, Anjonala, Lopera, as well as Flutterpage. So what happened is that for Tuesday, I was lucky. I got her copy, like 2 of copy in 20 pools, I think. And Willow was also like in 10 or 20 pools. So those are pure luck. I was just like, if I don't get them in 10 or 20, I would actually skip. So the game decided that I should have the poison team, which is really strong, right? Right? Very strong. So it was really lucky of me to get them. And yeah, and I don't regret it. In fact, now using them, if I look back, if I do have the pool, I will actually try to get Willow and Tuesday. For Argus, I don't think I need another single targets debuff unit. I already have quite a lot of like support unit and things like that, so I decided to skip her. In fact, I did throw 20 pulls on her, but I did not get it. So yeah, that is that. Then for Arjonala, initially because I didn't really review her kit very well, so when I did the video when I was saying whether I wanted to pull for Anjo, I thought she was a sub DPS, right? So because everyone was saying that she's a sub DPS and she doesn't need more tray and she's not like, yeah. So after using her P0, she is in fact so broken and she has so much damage with crowd control and all those things. And I was looking back into my roster, and if I want to use like with star and mineral unit, I did the calculation if you can remember, and I wanted P1 so that if I match her up with like different afflators, she will still be very good. So I decided to pull for P1, but obviously it didn't go very well, and then I ended up very close to PD, like the 200 pulls, which in the end I did, went all the way to 200, but still didn't get a second copy. So I traded her out for the second copy. And the last character I get, which is at 202 pulls if I'm not mistaken, was Voyager, right? And then I didn't want to continue pulling, so my Anjo now is P2. For Lopera, it is a no-brainer. I really like her kit. Not because like she is like a crit support, but I feel like she is so flexible to be in any team, and I always like that kind of characters because means in different scenario we can easily try to slot characters in, and that is specifically important in Reverie. If you're not a wheel, you will need to learn how to play the game, right? Which means to use the right kit against the right boss. And Lopera being flexible can be in any team does fulfill a lot of this, like putting her in as a major support with the crit and crit, access crit to crit damage, and her healing is also amazing. So which is why I went for her, and obviously I use her a lot. Okay, so Willow, as already mentioned, initially wasn't in the plan, but I got her due to luck. And then Flutterpage, right? Flutterpage was a must pull due to AP plus 1. And then what else? Her support on follow attack is just amazing. So, but initially I wanted to get P0, but upon review and a lot of people talking about her at P1, I decided that okay, I do have some pools, and I decided to go for Flutterpage, right? So with that comes the next banner, which is Barcarola, and yeah, I'm not a big fan initially, right, of impromptu team. That's because I don't understand it. But upon reading it and calculating its damage, impromptu is pretty crazy, right? Despite what people say about it being RNG, I think even if it's not RNG, it still does pretty decent damage comparable to a lot of the other DPS that we already have. So yeah, so initially I wanted to skip her, and then after that I read about it and now I feel like I want to get her, but I just do not have the pools because I need to save for v2. I think v2 is way more important to have in my roster than Barcarola. I do have Voyager and Matilda, so I can play impromptu if I want to. Maybe not as strong as when Barcarola is in the team, but I can. It's okay for me. I can settle for that, right? And I do plan to get left later down the line, so I think I should have enough impromptu teams, right? So I will be skipping Barcarola. But still, again, when I say skip, it's not mean that I don't even try to pull for her. I will still throw 20 pulls for Barcarola. Okay, for v2, I don't care if she's like meta for the follow-up attack team and she will be in my follow-up attack team or not. I think, again, this is similar to Lopera. Her kit is generic as being a sustain. She is able to provide a lot, okay, of like sustain for the team. As important as Kakania. Like if some of you who skip Kakania, you must pull for v2, or else you will be having problem with Reverie. In fact, like for 400-meter deep, we need 4 teams. Now we need 3 teams, and you should already have like 3 very good sustain. Like for now, I have Bebbles, I have Lopera. I consider Lopera as a sustain, and I have Kakania, which Kakania pair with any other healer like Villa or Teferi, you will be fine, right? You will be fine. But now if the 4th team, I do want to have another sustain, and that would be v2. Later on, there is Medicine Pocket, which also work as a very good sustain. But I do want to tackle 400 meter right from the start. So I do want to get v2, right? And she's also like the best in slot for a follow-up attack sustain. So yeah, definitely getting her. For Liang Yue, I will get her. I like her gameplay. Regardless what people say about her not doing enough damage, that's just raid. She's not doing enough damage in raid to get like 10 million. But in Reverie, she does very well. She deals a lot of damage. And we can have like follow-up attack team with her, Flutterpage, v2, right? So, but the thing is, again, yes, if you do have a lot of follow-up attack DPS, then you might not need to get one more. But I want to get her because on top of that, she does have the utility for buff extension, which I think is pretty interesting. I'm sure I can use it like strategically in some of the fights. And also she has rank up, right? And that rank up can also be interesting when paired with Aleph, right? So, and there is also some characters that have special utility on their rank 2 and above. So yeah, I just want to get Liang Yue for that utility. But then again, if I do want to get her already, might as well also play her as a DPS and things like that. So I kind of like inclined to get P1. But I'm not really sure yet. Maybe I will get P0 first, depending on how the pool goes. If I have to PT all the way to 140 to get her P0, I might as well just go for 200 and get her P1 and maybe end up with P2. Yeah, so that's the plan for Liang Yue. If I like get her like within 10 or 20 pools, or I didn't lose 50-50, like within 50 pools I get her, maybe I'll just leave her at P0. Now, Noire. I was thinking to get Noire over Liang Yue initially, mainly due to having more star afflators than Plan. Like, I don't have markers. My only Plan is currently, like, the really reliable one is the Poison Team. But Poison Team, to me, is not really Plan, cause it's like they're doing Genesis, so you can use them anywhere as well, which is really, really good. So now I don't really have like a Plan team. So my only plan now is also like Jessica, which she will get Euphoria. But I kind of like need Druvis, and I don't have Druvis. So I kind of do plan to get Druvis in the next 2 ripples of Water Banner. I spent like 17 pools on the one, which just ended, and I didn't get Sotheby. So now looking into it, I probably don't need Sotheby anymore. So I think I'm going to switch to Druvis and try my luck again in 2.5. So if I do get it, then Druvis, Jessica can be my plan team. Then in that case, I probably will not even bother much about Noire, right? So again, I will do 20 pulls, and her gameplay is mostly about ultimate spamming and needing all the negative statuses to make it hit harder. So the thing is, like, next banner is Recoleta, and she also played around with ulti, and I rather go for Recoleta. It's really fun playing Recoleta. I really like it. So yeah, sorry Noire, I might have to skip you. Recoleta, crazily fun. Her damage is okay-ish, but with Melania, she deals a bunch of damage. So this really depends if you have Melania or not. If you don't have her, you can try to get her in the Ripples of Water banner, right? She will feel a bit lacking. Like, the thing is that a lot of people is considering P1. I think it's not necessary to get her P1 because, like, if you are using some of the buff type like rousing morale or things like that to buff up her ultimate, the thing is, if she do 2 ultimate, the second ultimate won't get that buff. So this is where Melania comes in, because Melania provide like the buff. No matter what you do, the stack doesn't go down, so you still get a buff. Yeah. So if you have Melania, probably you can think about P1. She will do a lot of damage. But for me, P0 is fine. Setting up for her in P0, what I'm getting less is just one lesser extra of that precast, which is okay. So I'm definitely getting Recoleta at least P0. And for Olaf, as mentioned just now, I will have Voyager, Matilda, so I think Olaf can slot in. Later on, I'm pretty confident there should be one more Euphoria inspiration character that is a healer, and she will be slot right into this team. So I will have the 4 teams ready, right? Even though I'm not going to do like the biggest damage ever, which what the team can do with Barcarola right now, but I think I'm not losing out that much. So, and I'm sure I can clear all the reveries or raids with that team, even without Barcarola. So yeah, sure, I will definitely get Olaf. There's a reason for him to be intelligent, which means if there are future inspiration team wishes of other affiliates, Olaf can just fit right in. Alright, so that's my pool plan. Thank you for watching this video and have a good day.